In this video, I'm going to show you one way to make a 2022 weekly planner because it is never too early to start designing your yearly planners. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Caroline and I make videos to help you master your mindset and make money online so that you can build a life you love. If you do enjoy watching videos like this, please take a moment to subscribe. It's free, it takes 2 seconds and it means the world to me. And don't forget to click the bell so that you do get notified whenever I upload new videos just like this. It might seem a little early to start uploading planners for 2022, but personally, I don't think it is ever too early to start uploading your planners. And you definitely want to start thinking about organizing your planners if that is a niche that you do want to get into. I'd say that you want to get your planners up on Amazon by September at the latest. If you wait until December to upload planners, unfortunately, you're too late. You need to factor in, firstly, the amount of time that it's going to take for you to create your planner. Then you need to take into account how long it's going to take to get approved by Amazon and start showing up in the marketplace. And then you need time for your books or your planners to get picked up by the Amazon algorithm. Plus, you do need to be mindful that people who do like buying planners, they like to do so in advance and be really prepared and have their planners well before the end of the year. It's pretty rare for people to wait until the new year to buy planners. So you want to make sure that yours are available well before the end of the year. So in this video, I want to show you one way to make a planner, specifically a weekly planner. There are lots of different ways that you can go about creating planners or any other low content books for that matter. This is just one way and one type of planner. And so this isn't the only way or the right way. And this is just the way that I would go about doing it when making a planner. Sometimes I create my planners from scratch, and sometimes I use pre-made templates. And so in this video, I am going to purchase some pre-made templates and show you how you can take these pre-made planner interiors and turn them into something unique. So this video will be really great for you if you don't have a lot of experience creating more complex type interiors, or perhaps you don't have that creative mind where maybe you struggle to come up with creative ways or creative designs for interiors that people like to buy. I will pop some links in the description below to some of my favorite places to purchase pre-made interiors from, and you'll be able to find lots of different interiors for all different kinds of low content books. Firstly, I'm going to look on Creative Fabrica for an interior. If you haven't used or heard of Creative Fabrica before, it is a really great website. It has a massive amount of things that you can purchase on the website, from just fonts and graphics and illustrations and things like that, right down to interiors and pages specifically for KDP books. You can sign up for a monthly subscription if you are going to be using it regularly and downloading quite a lot of stuff from it. But if you don't want to sign up for a subscription, you can just purchase things individually. So I've just done a quick search for weekly planner, and generally I make my low content books using Word for the interior and Adobe Photoshop for the covers. But depending on whether I can get a Word template for a planner, then I may look at using a PowerPoint interior as well. I don't want a PDF ready to upload interior because I won't be able to edit it, and I do want to change it to make it unique. And if you do use pre-made interiors, especially when they're more complex or more involved than just a lined notebook, you do want to try and make it unique in some way, because you don't want other people uploading the same interiors and then you have books that look exactly the same as everybody else's. You want to make yours different. But I am thinking that I might struggle to get a 2022 planner interior this early on in the year. I'm thinking that maybe people who create interiors for Creative Fabrica, they may not have created 2022 planners yet. So I might have to get creative and take maybe a 2021 planner or an undated planner interior and modify it perhaps. I also want to have some more features inside my planner than what a lot of these have. These are all a little bit too simple for what I have in mind for a weekly planner. So I may have to purchase multiple interiors and use different features from each of them and sort of combine them together. So we'll see what I can come up with. I do like the look of this one, but this is just a PDF version. There is also Adobe Illustrator and InDesign files, but I do not know how to use those two programs, so this wouldn't really be suitable for me right now. So this interior does come in PowerPoint, and it comes in 4 sizes, which is really great if you want to upload different sizes. I do like the look of this one, and it is also uploaded as a PowerPoint file. Also Adobe Illustrator if you know how to use Illustrator, but PowerPoint's fine, I can use that. I like that one. So there's a 2021 planner which comes in PowerPoint, and I do like the look of that. So I like a weekly planner that spreads over 2 pages personally when I'm using them. So that's the kind that I want to make. So you can see how one page has half the week, the second page has the second half of the week. So I think I might purchase that one and combine them. So the idea in my head is that you have a page for the week where you can just sort of write notes and sort of summarize what's going on in the week. There's a place to write notes and priorities and things like that. And then you have a more detailed 2-page planner where you can write more information about what you have on each day. So that's kind of what I have in mind for a weekly planner. So I'm going to get those 2 and see if I can combine them together. So I ended up purchasing those 2 planners, like I say. Now this one is great. It's editable. It was created in PowerPoint, so I can change whatever I want on this particular template. I did want to add in those 2 weekly pages of that 2021 planner, but I've downloaded it and it is not editable. All they've done is made it a JPEG and slapped it into a PowerPoint document. So I'm a little disappointed at that, and that happened last time. If anyone watched the video that I did on creating a gratitude journal, where I downloaded a gratitude journal interior, again with the intent of editing it to make it unique, and it was just a JPEG put into a Word document, pasted into a Word document. So I don't really understand why people are providing PowerPoint files and Word files for documents that can't really even be edited, or not easily anyway, not in the program that you've purchased them for. So it's a bit disappointing. So I'm going to have to create my own page for the 2-page spread for the week. I won't be able to use that one, which is a bit disappointing because, you know, I paid money for something that wasn't exactly what I got. Luckily, I don't feel like it's so expensive when you're purchasing them individually that you waste a lot of money, but it is frustrating when you expect to purchase a file that you can edit easily and you can't. And I do it to save a bit of time, and now that I've bought that interior, I can't use it. I'm gonna have to create my own pages anyway. But that aside, let's just get on with it. And I want to add in 2 pages between each of these weekly planner pages. And so I'm just going to create some tables which will create each day of the week, where people can write in their appointments or their schedule or their notes or whatever it is they want to write down for each day to plan their week. And so now I've just gone to timeanddate.com, or you can go to any sort of date website that you want to, just to get the dates for the year next year, so that it is a dated planner. It's specifically for 2022. And I'm basically just going to sit and fill out all the dates for every day of the year. And because I just want everything to match up in terms of fonts and colors and things like that, I'm just going to match up the fonts with the weekly planner interior that I downloaded, because I quite like those. I like a serif font and the sort of calligraphy type of fonts. I think that's nice, and I think a lot of people like those type of fonts. So I'm just going to stick with that and just make it all uniform and make it look like it was all one interior to begin with. And then something else I think I just want to add in is a page for notes. Pages for notes always come in handy just in case there's not enough room to write in the weekly planner pages. Just one page at the end of each week for notes. I'm just going to add that in each week. Now, because this is actually quite a slow process, I'm not going to sit and film the entire year of me sitting filling out dates. So I'm going to go off and I'm going to complete the rest of the interior, and I will come back once I finished and show you the completed interior, and then I can start working on the cover. So I'll be back soon. And just like that, I'm back. And so I have completed the interior of the weekly planner. I adjusted the inside cover page to this. I didn't like the little table that had been there, so I took the table away and just did a few lines so that someone can write their name in case they do lose their planner. Matched up the fonts to the fonts that were in the original planner. And so this is what we have. So you open it up. You've got your summary of the week where you can just put some little notes and things like that. And then we go into the 2-page spread of the dated planner. There's your weekly notes there on the left, and then on the right hand side there we start a new week. And so it's just the same pages pretty much copied over and over, obviously with the different dates in there though. So I have gone through obviously and completed that for the whole year. So considering I couldn't use that 2021 planner that I purchased and I had to go in and sort of create something myself, I'm fairly happy with how it turned out in the end. When you do purchase pre-made interiors, as much as it is good to make them unique, there is only so much you can do with them. So just try and do a few little changes with pre-made interiors to try to make them unique, try to make them yours, try to make them different so that if other people do use the same interior, your customers don't know because yours ends up being different. And so the next step was going in and creating a cover. For planners, you can really do what you want with planners. You can be as detailed or as simple as you want. Don't try and go in and copy other people's books and things like that. Just come up with your own designs, and there will always be somebody who likes it. So the first thing I do when I'm creating a cover is I go to KDP website and download a cover template. So you just need to add the size of your book and how many pages are in there, and you can download the cover template, which is basically the size that you need to make your cover. I create my covers in Adobe Photoshop, and when I open this file in Adobe Photoshop, it is exactly as I need. I don't need to make any adjustments, and I just use the template to align all the elements of my design. And I went and downloaded a couple of images from a stock image website. So I didn't really have any idea of what kind of pattern I wanted on my cover when I went in and had a look. I actually just searched for floral because I know floral covers are quite popular, and I came across this one which I thought was really nice, and it felt it had a vintage sort of feel to it. So I also downloaded some vintage frames to be able to use to have my text on top of, because obviously text on top of this floral pattern would be very hard to see. And so I just pop my cover in place. Now this is a seamless cover, which means when I create a second layer for the back, it will match up perfectly and the flowers will all match up, which you will see in a second. And then I'm going to pick out one of these vintage frames to pop on the front cover, and I'm going to have the title of my book on the front cover. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work out. I'm going to see if I can make it work, but sometimes when you are designing something, what you have in your head doesn't always come out the same on the actual page when you've done it. So you just kind of have to be aware that you might have to pivot or just do things on the fly or change your design as you go when things don't always turn out exactly the way that you plan. And I just hide the layers with the floral pattern so that I can see the cover template and I can make sure everything's lined up. Generally, I'd want my title centered, and so I've centered the frame in the middle there. I'm just not keen actually on the color of that background on the vintage frame, so I'm not too sure if this is going to work out. Yeah, I just don't like how the color is different on the frame to the flower pattern. I would like it to be the same, but then it kind of blends in also. So that flower actually isn't in the best place because it's probably the main part of the pattern that I would like people to see, but that's where I want my title to go. So I think I'm going to change my idea and not use this vintage frame, and instead I'm just going to create my text, and I might just do a plain box shape background behind it just to make it stand out. Otherwise it'll just get lost in the floral pattern if I don't put some sort of solid background behind the text. And again, I'm just going to match up all the fonts so it flows, and the fonts on the cover match up to all the fonts on the interior, and it just all blends in really nicely. So you can see here how the font is just being lost in that floral pattern without some kind of solid background there. So I'm probably just going to put a plain white square or something behind it. And then just adding some stroke around the box to help it stand out and pop even just a little more. And then I will match up the font color of the text with the rest of the background. So the next thing that I do want to do is to create a spine. I like to always put the title of the book on the spine as well, or if there's more words I want to use, so I can use them in my title but I don't want them on the front cover, you can put them on the spine as well. So same thing here, I want to create a solid background, otherwise you won't see the text on the spine, and then I just create a small piece of text. I rotate it so that it's vertical and then place it where I want it to go on the spine. And that's my cover finished. So pretty simple, and it didn't take too long to do that. So now I just need to save it as a PDF. If you are working in Adobe Photoshop, you just need to flatten your image and then save it as a press quality PDF. So that is the type of PDF that will print at the highest quality. Press quality PDF is specifically for documents that are going to be printed out physically and need to be high quality. And so that is basically it. I now have my two files. I have my interior and I have my cover, and you upload those two files separately into your KDP account when you upload your book. I am going to be doing a video on how to actually go through the process of uploading your book, so make sure you do hit subscribe if you are one of the people who have been commenting that you would like me to do a video on the actual process of uploading your books and your files into a KDP listing. So
keep your eye out for that.
If you like this video and would like more videos about how to create low content books, both interiors and covers, then let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. And to make sure that you don't miss out on any more videos that I make like this, don't forget to subscribe.